expected to release the veteran tight end. The move creates about $8 million in cap space, which is critical as the team approaches free agency. Graham hauling in 38 catches for 447 yards and 3 touchdowns last season. He was anticipating the move as he tweeted out, quote, "The last 2 years have certainly been interesting. A lot of memories, friendships, and humbling moments that I will carry with me into the next opportunity. Thank you for the support during our exciting run this year toward that ever so elusive ring." Well, corner Jonathan Joseph will be looking for work as well. The Texans announcing they mutually have agreed Joseph will be a free agent. Joseph had 1 interception, 51 tackles, and 13 passes defended last season. He spent the past 9 seasons in Houston. Joining Jones in the unemployment line is Pro Bowl safety Rashad Jones. The Dolphins releasing their longest tenured player. The move saves Miami about $5.4 million. The team has an abundance of cap space, $88 million to be exact. Now, 8-time Pro Bowler Marshall Yanda isn't seeking employment. He's now officially retired. Yanda will be officially inducted into the Ravens Ring of Honor. There's still no date on when this will take place. Yanda is spending his entire career in Baltimore. Yanda will be the 21st member of the team's Ring of Honor. Lodi Nada will be inducted in 2020, and he is largely viewed as a Hall of Famer that in his future, but he will be inducted at some point in time into the team's Ring of Honor.
Great video the Ravens put out. Casey Calvert, who does our social media, and it was Ray Lewis, and it was Mark Ingram, and it was all the greats wishing Marshall Yanda, and then his family surprised him at the end.
Love
so
that.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Will Silva, our Hall of Famer.
Of course.
Coming in.
Always.
Woo, always good. Thank you,
Always.
Will. All right, guys. Well, Jets receiver and potential free agent Robby Anderson said on ESPN that he believes the Jets definitely want him back and that he wants to be back in New York and that he loves Sam Darnold. However, he also claimed that he had a dream he was on the same team as Tom Brady. And, of course, to make it real, he took to Twitter to confirm it, saying, quote, "This really ain't a lie or stunt on everything. I had a dream we was at practice. Maybe it was just the Pro Bowl." All right. Is dreaming about playing with Brady out of bounds for a guy who has, first of all, been on an AFC East rival his entire career and who wants to stay with the Jets?
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. I played with Dante Culpepper was my first quarterback, Matt Stafford, and then towards the middle of my career, it was Matt Hasselbeck. So every year I had a really good quarterback, but I always thought about, didn't necessarily dream about, but daydreamed what it would be like to catch balls from Drew Brees, sit in the huddle with Tom Brady, even run out on the practice field with Big Ben. Wide receivers, we constantly look at other wideouts and the success they're having, and then we put ourselves in their shoes. So all he's thinking about is what the Patriots might need and where he's at in his life. And the Patriots keep talking about how they need a guy that can make plays, and Robby feels like he's the one that can do it.
Look, there's no tampering for players. He could say who he wants to be with. LeBron James was working on, Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade when they were over playing the Olympics. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You can start talking to these guys however you want. You can also dream about them all you want. Look, he's not the first person to dream about Tom Brady. Patriots fans have been doing it for 20 years. Nothing weird there. I would just say that Robby Anderson and Tom Brady might make a good little combo pairing. I mean, I think Brady loved having a #1 wide receiver in Antonio Brown this past year. I think he loved it when Randy Moss was there. We know his feelings and affections for Julian Edelman. You better believe he's hoping that some of these young wide receivers want to play with him wherever he goes. And I think it's completely kosher. Everything's on board. The Jets could have given Robby Anderson $20 million. He'd be there still.
Could have paid him already.
He's a free agent, so he can dream about whoever he wants.
I need to go back and look at the thread on that tweet just to see what some of the responses would be, because I feel like he put that out there to say, is it just me? Am I being crazy? And I swear, this really did happen. It was an actual dream. And maybe to see if Tom maybe responded, not with a similar dream, but to confirm if there was anything that could be done. So maybe that's what,
dreams can come true.
And on top of that,
it can come true.
I feel like when you're a free agent, guys should come out and talk about who they want to play with. Like Amari Cooper's coming out. He's saying, I want to play with Dallas Cowboys. I love what Jerry Jones is doing here. But he should also give his list as well. Yeah. I wish that I would have said something, because when I was a free agent 3 times, it was my agent talking for me. And the only teams that we talked about were the teams that we heard was interested in me. I should have just went out there and said, here's my top 10 teams. Here's the teams I will play for. Here's the quarterbacks I want to catch from. I think you garner more interest when you're more vocal. And Robby's doing what he should do in free agency.
Closed mouth does not get fed. So you got to put it out there, tell them what you want, shoot your shot. or share your dreams.
Just
in
share your
this
dreams.
case. It's cute. I love it. And a lot of guys dreaming right now, especially as we get Sunday free agency frenzy begins, and NFL Network is there reporting on live breaking news, league-wide rumors, and every blockbuster deal. Free agency frenzy starts Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern only on NFL Network. It's going to be crazy, guys.
It's going to be great. And some of the top free agents right now are thinking about where they are going to play because free agency is almost here. And we are on the edge of our seats waiting to find out where those big names will end up in 2020. But before any of that goes down, we want to see which teams would be the best match for these players in a game that we're calling the free agency dating game. Here's how it's going to work. Serious times in the country. We're going to be talking one at a time, and we're going to give you guys a profile for a big-name free agent this offseason. And we have picked out 4 of the best potential suitors for that player, and it is going to be your job to swipe left, swipe right, and find which team would be the best match. Here's the catch. Once you pass on a team, you can't go back.
Ooh.
So we don't know the teams that are out there. We know there are 4 options. Door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, door number 4.
Okay.
And once you pass on one, you can't go back and say, oh, no, I want that.
Can't go crawling back.
No, you can't go crawling back. That's it. Okay, we learned about that. Hannah Ann, what's up, Bachelor fans? Nate, you're up first. Let's see who you're trying to match a date for.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, there he is.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. This is Tom. He's a 42-year-old quarterback from, well, New England. He says he hates strawberries, but he loves rings, and his biggest fear is being left hanging for a high five on the bench. Let's see who's Tom's potential matches are. Nate, all right.
Okay.
Who you got?
All right, first up, we have Tennessee.
You can wrap it up right here.
I know, I could wrap it up, and I know there's a lot of tie-ins, Mike Vrabel, them having a relationship. What would they do with Derrick Henry? Would he love to have Derrick Henry to hand the ball off to? And they have really good wide receivers. I mean, come on. A.J. Brown and listen, Corey Davis, the tight end play. The defense is coming along. And also, the Titans beat New England in the playoffs.
Did we find a match?
No, we didn't.
No.
Swipe them.
Ooh.
Oh.
See, this is getting a little dicey here. I love the Raiders, but I also love what they have going with Derek Carr. And with the amount of money that they paid Derek Carr and then them moving to Vegas, I feel like they're set with their quarterback. Really? I mean, bringing in Tom Brady, is it a big draw? Are people going to go buy tickets to go watch a guy who's almost 45 years old? Will they feel like they're getting cheated? Will they feel like the Brady era will be left in Foxborough and he's not going to be able to bring that same type of juice to Vegas? I believe so. The Vegas Raiders are going to stick with Derek Carr.
Do you want to go if you're Brady?
Let's go.
Oh.
All right, Tom.
Spicy.
Now, this is where it gets real, right? But what are they going to do with that offense? Let's think about it. They got really good wide receivers. They just signed Austin Eckler. Whew, and it's also L.A. I mean, Tom got roots in L.A. I'm pretty sure he got some type of mansion out there. You know what? And they got rid of Phillip Rivers. You know what? This could be. Nah, I'm going to swipe with.
What's the last one?
Yeah. Oh! I had no idea it was New England.
You're going back to her.
That was risky for me to get rid of those
That could have been a Buccaneers logo.
It could have been anywhere. And you know what? I would have fell for the Buccaneers. But here's the thing. This is where the love is. Your heart is where your home is. This is where he should finish his career, where his legacy started. New England Patriots.
You're going with the Patriots.
Oh,
Yeah, and they will bring in a top-tier wide receiver for him to catch from. Amari Cooper.
I like this game. MJ, you're next. Let's go.
Is this what it feels like to be on a dating app?
exactly
I missed
what
that
it
whole
is.
thing, thank
High
God.
anxiety.
Wow.
You didn't watch Studs? Great
Wow.
show. All right,
Love is Blind.
Love is Blind, also great.
I did watch that.
Jadeveon Clowney is your wonderful profile right
Great.
here. 27 years old. He's recently moved to Seattle. Says he loves to clown around. That's his last name. And we'll give you extra points if you can spell his first name without looking. Who might be looking to match with Jadeveon, MJ? Let's go.
Look at this. First up, first eligible match, perhaps, the New York Giants.
Okay.
I'm going to look out for my boy. And I'm not saying he's a gold digger, but it definitely has to be somebody who can pay him adequately, who has the person. Now, the Giants also would be a great fit for a pass rusher. They're big on these guys. Who isn't, right? But no, I'm not going to go with
Oh,
swiping.
you're swiping it.
Swipe.
Okay, let's go.
Who we got next?
Oh, Los Dolphins. I'm going to swipe immediately. No.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll go ahead and
I don't
swipe
think it's
that.
good. Although they do need
You
help
got to
on
swipe it again. You got to
defense.
swipe it. Oh, there it is.
Oh. I like this one.
Texan star
We're talking
for
about,
years,
we're talking about those purse strings, all the cap space that they have there. This could be a great fit. It's a team that is emerging. They're going to bring in a lot of pieces. They need a veteran presence. You guys, this might be it.
Tell us if you want a sticker.
Adventurous?
Door number 4?
Nope.
No,
I'm going to stick
like
here.
it.
I'm not as bold. I'm going to be with the Colts. I think this is a team that could really not only pay him adequately, but also provide him with a good chance to go out there and show what he's got. They could take the risk here because, there's injuries there to consider as well. Could be a little adventurous on the Colts side.
Can you imagine him coupled up with Darius Leonard standing behind Jadeveon?
Hey, for years he went up against the Colts when he was a member of the Texans. Now